What up? What up? What up, everybody? It's your boy Jax Wild and the homeboy PG the Hustle.
What's
What's
happening?
good?
What's good with y'all, man? What's good?
Man, we have completed our first week of 2026. Give yourselves a round of applause. Where's the applause? There you go. We did it, y'all.
We
One
made it.
week down.
How many resolutions
51
you
to
wrote?
go. I don't know my math. I think it's
Yeah,
52
51.
weeks.
Yeah,
So
52
51 to
again.
go.
51.
So I'm still there. You know what I mean? So, hey, so how was the first week, man? How was it for you?
Same old, man. It was cool.
None slow motion.
Nah, slow motion. It was a week. It was just like any other, man. The older you get, the older I get, you know, it the the it becomes like, I don't want to say the same, but
Right.
it becomes routine. When you have certain things you got to do, and it's just routine. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I tell you one thing though, I'm feeling great about the journey and the path that we got going on, the path that that everybody's on, um, everybody around, and this is a new quote that I just found out. This a nip quote.
Okay.
I like to
Shout
quote
out to
Nip.
Nip.
It's a nip quote. If you look around your circle and you don't get inspired, and you don't have a circle, you got a cage.
Mm,
Okay, so
mm.
everybody around in the circle is moving up, doing things. Everybody's ambitious. I don't have nobody around me with that attitude, like, oh, I can't do this, and oh, the world is so crazy, and oh, it's so, oh, woe is me.
Right.
Nobody around me is like that, and I've worked to get to that point, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like everybody I talked to, even my dealer friends and all that. I went out to one of my dealers' house, one of my dealer partners, his house. I forgot to fill you in on that, but I'll fill you in later. Went out
Okay.
to his house and everything, and let him know what we was trying to do and what was going on. And his eyes bucked, and he got happy, and it was just everything was a go. Like that's why I said I just feel up and up, and I am feeling motivated. You know what I'm saying? I'm always motivated, but I'm extra motivated by those around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
and I'm just having fun with it, man. I'm basking in it, man. How was your week? What happened? What happened in yo? What's going
Well,
on, man?
shoot, man. I'll be honest, man. Like this week's started off a little shaky.
Mm.
Uh, just because like been on break. I've been sleeping a lot. Shout out to wifey, man. She got a doggone the blackout curtains, bro. Listen, if you don't have blackout curtains and you want Supreme Z's,
Mm-hmm.
get you some blackout curtains, bro. Because you don't know what day it is, you don't know what time it is. You have no, bro. I have to make myself crack the bedroom door
Oh
so
yeah.
that I can start hearing people move around, like when the kids get up and all that,
Mm-hmm.
to know, like, okay, man, it's go time
Yeah. I used to
because it's
love
so
blackout.
dark.
Oh yeah. I
But
had them when
yeah,
I was
so
working nights. When I worked nights, I had black. That was a must.
gotta
Blackout
have them,
curtains.
and we had them because we was in Germany and they had the blackout shed. So and
Mm-hmm.
then we had them in California because
Yes,
it's
the
a
sun.
lot of sun. So it was a little shaky because man, I was just sleeping so much, and I'd like to be out and about,
Right.
but kind of got over that hump. And then this week, actually today was the first day of class for the students here
Nice.
at UNC.
Okay.
And they have this thing, I'm showing some pictures now. They have this thing. So you can see to the right here, it's this long line to the
Oh yeah.
right, all those folks to the right. And they are actually waiting. Let me see if I can find this picture. They are waiting to uh take a sip out of the well.
What?
Yeah. So apparently, I think it's this picture.
Waiting to catch COVID, huh?
So this picture right here is the whale. It's the premier situation of UNC, right?
Okay.
This well. This is actually, yes, a drinking fountain. So,
Okay.
so the thing, yeah, so it's like a fountain. So the deal is the first day of class, if you take a sip from this well, all A's.
All A's.
Man. Boy, if you don't get to class,
I know good and darn well.
Boy, if you don't get your butt to class out
Ain't
there
that many
in
A's on
class,
campus.
drinking in the well, get to class. Doggone.
Yeah,
I wish my kids would be out there. Boy, if you don't get your anyway. So I am excited, man, because if you know anything about me, I'm a big people person. I love students. I love young people. I think young people help you stay young because you're just rolling with them, trying to figure out what they're thinking. I also we coaching basketball. A slight update: we are 2-2.
Nice.
Won 2 games, lost 2 games. The 2 games we lost, 1 we lost. And look, I'll say it, and I shouldn't say it, but the refs was really sucky, bro. The refs was trash, bro. Shout out to all the refs out there, but these 2 jokers we had was trash. Let me tell you why they was trash. I knew it was gonna be a bad game. Because if you know anything about referees, and all the referees, if you know a referee, ask him. One dude was blowing the wrong whistle. I already knew we in for a long one.
Wow.
My boy had the whistle that be on your jacket, your life jacket.
Yeah.
Who like, bro, get him out of here.
So he didn't even really have a ref whistle.
He didn't have a ref whistle. So I already knew it was gonna be bad. So I can honestly blame it on them. The other thing is about refereeing. If you ever look at referees, they're always faced inside to one each other. So they always see the floor. I see it from this angle, you see it from that angle. My one ref running like he about to run out the gym. You can't see nothing behind you, bro.
No.
So my guy got pushed out of bounds. So about time he turned around, he just see the ball bouncing out of bounds. And I was like, you didn't see the man just got like DDT'd over there, did you? Because you running out the door. So, but anyway, we're set to play one of the hardest teams tomorrow. So y'all have your thoughts and prayers with the boys that get this basketball. We're gonna go do our thing.
Good luck, man.
I don't really feel like we should be scouting middle schoolers, but unofficially, the scouting report says they got 1 point guard that's supposed to be really good. But man, let's go.
You said let's go. You said you ain't pumping no beer in your heart.
Man, let's go.
That's right. That's how you do. That's how you supposed to coach them, coach. That's how you supposed to coach them, man.
Yeah. So y'all see some updates. If y'all follow my page and all that, you'll see I'll post some pictures and all that. But yeah, man. So let's get to these sponsors and let's get the thing rolling today. What do you say?
Yeah, because I can't wait to get to the guests, man. We finna get some jewels. We always got jewels getting dropped on us, but today I think it's gonna be
it's gonna be good. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate you stopping by. I don't want to butcher none of these names, but thank y'all for showing up.
Yeah,
I see y'all.
Even if
y'all
we don't understand what
y'all saying nice. Y'all throwing it up in the chat. Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate all the love, man.
Keep sending the love. But
Most
we
definitely.
got
While y'all
W
in the
Energy.
chat, right? What I was about to tell them, while y'all in the chat, go ahead and check out W. When y'all get done, go ahead and check out the W Energy. We got genderless energy, man, all natural. And you know what I'm saying? The only active ingredient is the coffee bean fruit.
Yes,
So
sir.
natural caffeine, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, just a scotch. We ain't trying
It's
to
a
give you no
little
wings, that ain't
scoosh.
us. You know what I'm saying? We trying to keep you up and keep you focused, man. And
Yeah.
actually, y'all go on the site because it's more than just energy. They have hydration, they have focus, they have all kinds of supplements to keep you on point no matter what you're doing. If you gaming, if you working, if you running, if you working out, they got it all, man. They even got, like I said, the IV, the
Oh
water
yeah.
with the electrolytes, with the extra electrolytes. There we go.
Yeah. Just in case your weekend be weekending, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? We get you back right for Monday morning.
You feel me? Go to wenergy.gg, man, and type in PG the Hustler, man, at checkout, man, for 10% off the full order, man. And
Yes,
also,
sir.
after that, if you want to support the podcast, which I'm sure you do, I know you do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Swing on over to blackmoneymedialive.com, grab some merch. We got some new merch coming out. I will be taking the holiday stuff down, just like we got to do in our around our houses. Take all
Yep.
the presents down. The ugly sweater will be coming down. So I'm giving you guys 1 week to grab it for next year. 1 week to grab it for next year because there will be a different style coming out next year. Every year we
Yeah.
doing this, we're gonna switch up the style. So go ahead, slide on over there, get you some merch.
Get you some merch. Yes,
It's
sir. And
summertime coming.
then we also got
Elbow
elbow
grease.
grease.
Yes, elbow grease, personal care for men and women. I don't want to we don't want to hold anybody out. We do have everything from beard balm, lotion, lip balm, scents, you know what I mean? All natural oils. And everything is all natural, no chemical, and it's small batch. It's handcrafted small batch, so it's not like mass made. And just when the website come back up, man, and y'all stay tuned to I got a whole story talking about that because I want to drop jewels on you guys, all my entrepreneurs, all my business people, because something actually happened with elbow grease as we started to gain a little bit of favor
Mm-hmm.
um, in the social media realm a couple years ago. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's on a different little thing. That's on a different show. It's not gonna be on the podcast. Y'all just tune in to us on the social medias, and y'all can get the story about that, man. Y'all can also follow Elbow Grease on all social medias at Elbow Grease. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
without further
so
ado,
without further ado, I always lead in with this. This podcast is for you, right? This podcast is for you if you are currently in the military and you would like to stay the entire time, like I did, like my guest that's about to come up is doing. This podcast for you. We talk about real stories, real things all the time. This podcast is for you if you decide that you want to do one tour, two tours, three tours, and call it good. That's what PG did. Look at him, looking strapping
sleep.
young man. It's all good. Or this podcast for you if you are young, strapping, or maybe even old and still got some left in the tank, and you feel like you want to join the military. This podcast for you because you're going to hear real stories from real people who really did it. Lastly, if you have been under a rock and you have never interacted with a military member, this podcast is for you because you're going to hear stories that is very relatable to what your current situation is. Myself, I joined the military. I had about 4 phases in my life. There was the turkey phase where I was young, I was crazy, I was living in a dorm. So I would say that was my first 2 years in the dorm. So let's call it freshman and sophomore year. Then I moved over to Japan, where that was my junior and senior year. And then finally got to move out and start my life in um, Florida, where I spent the most of my time there, 11 years. But then one day, the command was like, look, man, you can't be here no more. You got to move yourself, or we're going to send you to New Mexico. So I was like, say less. So I decided to put in for orders with the Germany. Y'all know about Germany. Then my last duty station was California. In California, I finally obtained the favor and made it to the E7 rim of my life. That is, the upper echelon. And during this time, going to the serious meetings, going around and trying to embrace being a leader, embrace my new role, trying to figure it out. So the best way to figure out how to be a leader is join yourself with other leaders. So I met this young man that is coming on today. His name is Master Sergeant Joshua Wells, and he was sort of like my mentor, if you will, to being a serious yo. So everybody, stand up and welcome Joshua Wells. Welcome. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great, brother.
Happening.
Man, how'd I do? How'd the intro go?
I love it. That was swaggerific. One update. I did since I got to LA because of our friendships and things like that. I'll be rounding out. I got promoted down here, bro.
So please, we got to go back. We'll fix it in post.
We ain't going back.
Senior Master Sergeant Joshua Wells. Let's do that again. Bring it back. There you go. Hey, man, welcome to the show. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you would. However, you are the first active duty personnel to join the show. And to disclaimer to everyone out there, you can be active duty to join the show, but a lot of our guests elected to get out first and join the show, which is their own business. But I thank you for accepting the challenge to join the show. How is life going for you, man?
It's going great, brother. I appreciate you. Because I'm at the end of my career is actually one of the reasons why I felt like I need to hit Jax up and go meet PG, get online, have a conversation, talk about where my headspace is at and the journey and the story and all that kind of stuff. Like you said, that transition to the senior NCO rank it's like a milestone that you aim for when you're a career guy. Mm-hmm. A lot of folks, they call it the retirement grade, E7.
Right.
And so like you see your friends succeed and you see them get that, and they propel themselves. Even if whatever's left on the clock, they still keep playing the game. They're in it.
Right.
So, when we went through that stuff, it was like part of it was this. Both of us had wanted to start podcasts, and we had. You know what I mean? And then here we are, a few years down now, and you're doing a great job over here on this show, and I'm proud of you. And I guess I'd say I'm probably the number one super fan, if you could.
Oh man, thank you.
Oh man, we appreciate it. We definitely
because this was actually the idea was birthed in your office that day, man.
Oh yeah,
we were scribbling some stuff out, and man, we were doing it. But before we go further, I need to do one thing.
Ooh.
Gotta throw you out that plane. This is the drop. The drop signifies the days, the weeks, the months leading into you joining the military. Please tell the folks, tell those ones watching why you came in, or any kind of little things that was surrounding. Was you running from the police and you ran into the office and you said, hide me, hide me. And he was like, sign this document. You signed it and then bam, you was out the back door. Or, you know, what? Because, you know, those recruiters are very, very tricky. So we would love to hear your intro story to the military.
Yeah. No doubt. I mean, it's almost exactly what you just described. It was a delayed decision. I stewed on it for a while, tried some other things. I was trying to go a different path prior to joining, but my end goal was to actually join. High school was, you know, one of those experiences where I was just so bored. I think I was ready for it to be over as quick as possible. And early in my youth, I knew for sure I was going to join the military. I went to recruiters at like 13 to get all the stuff. I just walked in. So I could get
wow.
And, you know, come full circle, I grew up in Concord, California. It was about 20 minutes from Travis up in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Bay Area.
Stand up. You know, that's a opportunity as a kid to go out to an air show, right? So I'm out there. I'm looking at the SR-71 Blackbird. That thing's bad, you know. They're flying helicopters around. I'm like, dang, this is pretty cool. Of course, you know, the Blue Angels flew. Not shout out to the Thunderbirds, but Blue Angels was the best show in town. You know what I'm saying?
Man, for real, I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, Blue Angels.
I mean, hey, the Blue Angels, they're good, but they don't have Big Bertha. That's the C-130 with the doggone rocket strapped to the back.
That's true. Though.
If you ain't seen Big Bertha, go to your YouTubes and look it up.
Google Big Bertha.
Yeah, Big Bertha get down.
It does. Air shows are cool though. You know, I remember going out there. I went to Travis and it's like I was like, man, I've never really thought about the Air Force. I was still in my teenage years at the time, so I started looking into it and I put it on the list. You know, so in my youth, I was looking at the Coast Guard. Actually, was my number one dream. I wanted to go to the Coast Guard Academy.
Okay,
but you know that requires you to be a good student, and you know it's a college. It's academically challenging, and throughout high school, you know, running the streets and just being a wild man, that was not in the cards. So reality set in. I got a job working Safeway. I was also tutoring the high school for about, you know, half a year, and landscaping and going to college for graphic design.
Oh, dope.
Nice.
Yep. I was doing that for a little while, and you know, I moved into an apartment with a couple of friends from the youth, as we do. And I just decided I was juggling too much. I felt like the school was kind of ripping me off. They were like a little bit of a scam. Once I got past like the first 6 classes or so, I'm like, I don't know, starting to feel real suspect. You know, I'm glad I trusted my gut because they definitely were a scam. And
what school did you go to?
It was called Silicon Valley College.
Okay, Silicon Valley College. Okay.
It's like you know, like what's those ones they're always advertised? Yeah, gosh,
DeVry,
almost like the artist.
Yeah, exactly, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Was it the one of the ones where the guy come on there and he just fuss at you for 3 minutes? You know
what you're doing? Get off the couch.
Nah, man, these guys
still out there on your phone anyway.
These dudes were so bad they didn't even have a commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they see you coming then.
You know,
oh, you want to come here? Okay, honestly, come on in.
The ticket was like I was a creative person. You know, I did music and I did art growing up. Played multiple instruments, clarinet, trumpet. Taught myself how to play guitar, and I fool around with that stuff still today. You know, that's part of your identity. You never let stuff go. It just is who you are.
Yeah.
But get to them art schools is like, I don't know, ridiculous. And then, you know, some logic kicks in and it affects your dreams, you know. So if you already got doubts in your mind, it ain't gonna happen. And so, you know, I was like, all right, well, let me find something more scalable, closer, and that's how I landed with them. But anyways, yeah, I punched out. I said, hey, I rage quit my job at Safeway because my boss sucked. I said, all right, cool. That's a whole other story anyway.
Right.
You at least once rage quit your job. Just don't rage quit when you're a service member.
Oh yeah.
It won't work out for you.
Hey, I mean,
Right.
you could rage quit, but
Good.
I mean, we'll talk about some confinement later. But
Right.
we
Yeah,
gonna get the rest of that time out you,
that's
one
true.
way or another.
You're gonna pay it still. It's still gonna happen. Yeah.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
So then I started like really getting after it in the recruiting because I was going to get the bachelor's degree and still join and try to
Okay.
do the officer route. But I didn't really know what I was doing with it. I was playing too many games and trying to be all these other things. And, you know, I just said, no, I got to lock in, just get enlisted. My friend Tavi had come home on leave. He had joined the Air Force and did security forces. So he had been in for maybe 6 months or 8 months or whatever, and he came home on leave looking sharp and stuff, you know,
Oh
with his
yeah.
cool bomber jacket from tech school and everything. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
dude,
Did he have the class ring? Did he get
Oh,
the
no.
class ring?
No, he didn't have
Okay.
that. I got one though.
Yeah, I got one too.
I love that thing. In any case, so he was talking to me. He said, don't join security forces. I was like, all right, why? And, you know, he didn't really have a good enough reason to persuade me to not consider it. But I was trying to still look at the Coast Guard and the Air Force, and I was looking at the rescue swimmer program,
Okay.
and, combat control attack P, and oh man, my recruiter was going hard selling me EOD because that's what he did.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
You need that money,
Shouts
but
out to EOD. We had somebody EOD last year
Yeah.
on here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did.
EOD is a tough world to get into. It's a very challenging. Couple of my friends that were EOD, obviously, you know, a lot of times they were in the CE, the
Yeah.
civil engineering squadron. So you get to work with them and talk to them about their experiences. And as a cop, you know, we collaborate on a lot of things. Tough world, man. Shout out to all the EOD guys and all the, you know, we used to call them the combat airmen. Battlefield.
Yeah.
Right now, special warfare or whatever. In any case, I was like, I don't know. There was a wait list to take the pass test, and I was getting antsy. And so I just decided to pull the trigger. They were like, well, have you ever thought about security forces? And they showed me this cool video, you know, dude sliding across a hood of a. No, I'm just kidding. Wasn't none of that.
Man, he showed you Starsky and Hutch, didn't he?
He's
Right.
regarding the Stargate, whatever. You know, no, it was really the canine patrols.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, someday I'll be a canine. And part of my story, I almost went that route. I had the package and everything. I could talk about that. So he said, all right, man, are you sure that's what you want to do? And I was like, yeah, well, you know, are there opportunities to try out for, you know, those other things later in your career? He's like, yeah, just ask your MTI. Great advice.
Yeah, right. MTI, that's what he said.
Yeah, he said that, you know, if they're taking people to retrain, then, you know, they'll allow you to go take the test while you're in basic. That's what he told me, which is, you know, it's not a lie, but it's not the exact way things work, you know.
Right.
And shout out to recruiters, love those guys, but you know, they don't work in BMT and they don't work in the pipeline training, so they don't always get it exactly right. So, but they also get a bad rap for lying, which I think is probably over exaggerated. So, in any case, that's what happened, man. Then I was out of there about 4 months later. I worked a part-time job at Staples. I got the homie hookup. They tried to keep me there, and I was like, nah, I got to get out of here. And it was off to Lackland, man.
So security forces. So once you finish your basic training, I tell this story because I was supply, which we were right down the street from you guys. Everybody got plane tickets and people got on buses and they were out of there. And we was the last dudes in the thing
sweeping.
And we were like, when are we leaving? They're like, oh, y'all ready? Okay, get on the bus. We're like, okay, cool. Yep. And we drive like 10 minutes, if that. And then they were like, get out. And it's like, did we just get recycled? So now I've heard some of you security forces dudes had to march over there. Like, how did yours go down?
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what happens. They have a, I can't remember the acronym right now. They have somebody that's called a SAT pusher. You know, it's SAT. You know, we love them acronyms in the Air Force. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The job is to basically receive you and get you lined up and everything. So they run and yell at you, and I got held over in Texaco. So later on, that was me.
Oh, so
But
y'all marched, they came to the unit and just marched y'all over to.
As soon as your bus pulled up for Security Forces Tech School back in 04, I think I got to Tech School, in like November.
Okay.
And, right before Thanksgiving. It's just like BMC. They just yell at you. As soon as you come, hurry up, let's go, bring your stuff, put us in line, whatever. No talking. You're at attention. They hustled you upstairs, sat you down in a room, taught you how to breathe. Everybody inhale. When I say exhale, you say whore. Yeah, like that.
Now listen.
I'm not exaggerating. That's how that was, man.
When I got out of the military, and I tell, because like I said, I work at UNC, so I'm dealing with a lot of students who their perception. Some of them have people that were in the military, but a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
So when I'm telling stories, man, they literally think like it is that way. And so they talk about being brainwashed. What do you say? Do you feel like we were brainwashed?
Brainwashed is probably an extreme version of what happens. But you are psychologically constructed for sure. Okay. You're influenced in a way to where your behaviors are modified, your expectations are modified, what team means to you is modified. It is ingrained in you to embody those core values and have that uniformity, right?
Yeah.
Like you're on the bus, you're you. When you're off the bus, you're we. And that's how it goes as soon as you get there,
Man, that's a great perspective. Because brainwash was the only thing I could kind of like feel like that works, but that was that's a better way.
Well, you can't brainwash somebody who's not willing.
Yeah.
Right? And if you think about we're in an all volunteer service, right? Everybody that joins is not compelled to join. It isn't the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like it's actually pretty cool the way that people go about it. But there's some pretty not cool side effects that happen after a long period of time of being in an environment and a culture like that. So
and I think I say we, and I'm just talking about being leaders. I think we're a little more sensitive to it for our guys coming up. Yeah. But during our youth and where we were coming up, man, they didn't care about what we feel, what we thought. It was get the job done and shut up.
Yeah, pretty much. It was more, and that's actually something that's been on my mind is that I feel like GWATs, like you and I, PGI. I don't know what years you served. I know you served.
I came in. PG. When did you come in?
97.
Okay, no doubt. Did you serve during the GWAT at all, or were you done before?
I was done. I came out in 2000.
Okay, no doubt. Hey, but I think you can relate still. Like, I served the entire GWAT, and now whatever we're in right now, Cold War II.
I think when I joined, it was the Gulf War. It was Gulf. Yeah. I joined in Gulf War.
So the same mentalities, that's like there's the threat is real kind of stuff, right?
Right.
So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
and no nonsense mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I think that as a consequence of misuse of power and position, authority, over the years, whether it's physical or psychological abuse, mistreatment, maltreatment, whatever your case may be, policies influence the way that things are now. But also, generations change, and it's not about the people. I'm not talking about like these young kids these days.
Yeah, right.
I mean? It's just the generation. It's everybody in the generation.
Yeah.
They're always on their phone. Every old person is also on their phone, and they don't know what they're doing. So they have their problems too. You know what I mean?
Right. Except I got only one. My grandmother. She
got it down.
No, she hates it. She hates the phone.
Good. She's the outlier. She's
definitely the generation before.
Wells, I thought about the a Michael Jordan fist pump moment.
Oh yeah.
When they took that regulation and wrote in there that you could now like be on your phone and still walk. Because remember, we couldn't walk.
I had a day that day.
We were like,
you know what's funny?
Was more relieving to me that day was the hands in the pocket. So three things dropped. It was amazing. It was you could walk and talk on your phone. Wow. You could have your hands in your pocket, and you could eat or drink while walking. So I had my phone like this, a hand in my pocket, and I was drinking something. What?
You know what,
bro? That day, I felt like freedom was ringing at that point. That was let the freedom ring, right? Yeah. When I was, and I still, but the one thing, and this is me as a young tech, now we can have our hand in the pocket. And I got a little bit indignant, just a bit, because I couldn't put my hands in my pocket as a young guy, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, dang, they can talk on their phone, they can walk and chew and eat. You know what I mean? I'm like, what can I correct them on? I'm like, I just lost all my powers.
My friend, Sergeant Glass, she wrote an article about ambiguity because the regulations have become so ambiguous. And a lot of people were like, no, they haven't. Okay, so there's 75 nail polish colors. You think I'm all of a sudden now going to start caring about pulling out the chart to correct? Hold your hand up. That looks a little bit more like, no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
So you got to focus. You had to prioritize, and then you worry about your lane. So that team mentality, that shark attack, that hive mind of NCOs, senior NCOs correcting things, it completely fizzled out because a lot of the way the things were written.
Yeah.
And
because I mean, I
too
none was of those
one. Policies, man. That's crazy.
I had the shaver waiver.
There wasn't even a cell phone policy, bro.
Well, yeah. Cell phones had just been out, right?
Yeah, they were like it was flip phones when you know what I'm saying? Like
it was
like, man, we don't give a damn about those phones. People,
I think in this 22 years, I've had 4 phones.
Wow,
that's it. A lot of phones. Wow. And they're amazing. Don't get me wrong, they're amazing, but they're also amazingly distracting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they're damaging to your brain. Sometimes I feel like my brain's as smooth as my skull.
They can be if you don't know how to get on it and make some money off of it. If you're not using it the right way, it's definitely a distraction, man. Definitely.
Cool. So we see that you dropped in October 2020 or 2004.
Yep.
It looks like you're trying to pull out this time next year. So shouts out to you for that. What made you decide that this is the time? I mean, I know you still got a year, but you gotta back it up about 6 months for Skill Bridge and all those opportunities.
That's right.
VA appointment. So
what
I say this is your last probably 3 or 4 months, really.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if everything's approved to what I'm requesting, then I'll probably be done working around April or May. Mm-hmm. Terminals all up front and everything. If they accept my Skill Bridge and they accept me to that job, if they don't accept me to that job, then I will cancel that Skill Bridge. I'm not going all the way out there to do that Skill Bridge. I'll do a different one, which is like the Air Force Junior ROTC. And so my wife and I, for the first time, man, all these years, traveling everywhere, one thing you'll see when Jax brings up my pictures I sent over is that she's there with me. Throughout the whole time. The boys are there, a little bit later into the game, but my wife has been with me through this whole journey. I met her early in my first year in the Air Force, and I flew her to Korea, my first base. And we got married. Yeah, so so that family aspect of the Air Force is always the most important to me. They give us these uniforms. I'm big on symbols. They give us these uniforms and they never take away your name. You notice that? Never take away your name. And our utility uniform, OCP, BDU, ABU, whatever monstrosity they design and give us to wear. You know what I mean? They always got our name on it, and it's our family name. And so that name, you represent that with pride and dignity throughout. So I say that because, she'd been with me there, and we never really settled equally on like, where do we want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Was that for a long time, we go back to Texas because I was stationed there for a while. And, California's just got its problems, and I love it. I'm loyal to my soil, but my soil's not loyal to me, and I'm out of here. So I'm looking at, we were looking at Lake Tahoe and Nevada, and Carson City is the capital of Nevada.
Yeah.
And it just felt right. And both of us agreed like 100% wholeheartedly. Like we had that epiphany, that moment, where it's just like, this is it. You feel just as equally as you felt when you said, hey, I need to go to that recruiter and I got to go do this Air Force thing or whatever branch thing or whatever significant, you're going to college, whatever it is. We felt that strong pull. And, the timing, life is all about choices. So you got to pay attention to make smart ones. And for me, the smart move is to get there where we both feel like it's the right thing. My oldest son graduates high school in June. My youngest son will start junior year. So we move in the summer, get him plugged in, get me plugged in, get the whole family set up. And now we're on the other side of the fence. And the support that I want to give to my boys is important. You guys had Drew on last week,
Yeah.
Stuff. And, back to PG, this is a throwback to your Nipsey Hussle quote, man, that circle. I looked up to that guy a lot at Travis, just like I brought Jackson to the ALS to talk to our students. I looked up to him.
Yeah.
And the guest before, I'm drawing a blank. In the episode before that, you guys had another guest, and he had mentioned a mentor back at Dover named Evaye.
Yeah.
And Evaye was command chief at one point at Travis.
Oh, that was Jason Atkins.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Those were great episodes, both of them.
Good man, thank you.
With those guys.
Appreciate it.
I pulled some nuggets out of each of those conversations, but that's what I say, that circle. PG's quote from Nipsey. That matters. These people, this is a small Air Force. These people have been retired for a minute.
Right.
Out there. And the people they know have been retired for a minute, but we're still connected.
Right.
And that happens here on the Redeployment Podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's just how it happens because you guys have the willingness and drive to have a show and have a platform for people, for us to talk and, just spill our guts and our heart and our minds out, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of what's been pulling at me. Just I look at this and I take those nuggets from those people, and I pay attention to those lessons, and I feel like I can trust my gut on what's right. And I feel like it's right. It's the time to clear the deck for the next generation, because that's all I've been doing. The last 10 years of my career is just pouring into them. And by product of that, they have propelled me to every promotion since is the people that I work with and help them chase their dream and get after their mission that they got in front of them. I just want to do that. I want to do that on the outside with the kids at the high school and with whomever I work with, in the civilian sectors, just continue to help people, be good people, chase their dreams.
Yeah. I mean, when I was, I always went to those retirement ceremonies because I just get wrapped up in the moment of those guys serving 20, 25 years. And I always, you get in the line, you shake their hand, you're like, when did you know? When did you know? And they'll look at you, barreling down, right down the barrel.
No doubt.
They didn't say anything crazy. All they said is, you will know. And I was like, and then they'll like drop the mic. And I'm like, you didn't even say anything, bro. But then, like you said, the timing is right. I did have one guy said, with all the changes that's been made, he was like, the Air Force and the forces all together has been changing like this, so if you ask somebody from the 80s, and then somebody from the 90s, of course they can be like, oh yeah, back in my day, blah, blah, blah. And And so there was like, when you get to the point where you can't take it no more, it's time to go.
Yes. I'm not quite to that point, but like you said, when you know, but it was those people, it's those voices, it's watching my friends like you out here doing your thing. You're there, you're on the other side. I'm like, man, I know my time has come. I'm past 20 years. Right?
Yeah.
I'm on extra time. I'm on bonus time.
Yeah.
And, that was partly because I had to take this assignment, and that's partly because I got promoted and I had to add an extra year to that time.
Yeah.
But I'm leaving some time on the table because I know it's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, shout out to you, man. You had three deployments or three? These are just 3 areas of your deployments.
Oh, I had.
I know some of these we could have hit multiple times.
Yeah, no doubt. I had 3 deployments.
Okay. One
of them was kind of asterisk because it's Germany, but asterisk is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to dig into that one. Like, how do you deploy to Germany?
Okay. During the GWAT, a lot of people were seeing contact. They were experiencing combat, or they're just dealing with casualties and things of that nature. So the Air Force put together a transition location. The Deployment Transition Center is a unit it belongs to the headquarters Air Force, and it is a detachment of their office. And it is at Ramstein. And it is an awesome organization, a small team of psychologists and therapists, and then security forces are in there, as well as a few other AFSCs go on this deployment, right? It's a support role. So if you're in the combat zone, or you're deployed, or you're in one of those agencies, those 3 letters, and you're out there doing missions, you're part of the Nexus, and you need to come home, you come see them. We unpack your bags. We bring you into the hotel. You get a nice little room. It's a 3-day program. You get some after actions. You do some debrief, and then you get to go out in the town. First day is on the base. The next day they take you on the town. It's a chartered bus, downtown Trier, big cities, They show you around, get you kind of relax, come out of your shell a little bit before you go home, and then you're just boom, you're set free. You're back in the unit. You're back at home, doing that kind of stuff. That's their mission. That's their purpose, is to help a smooth transition back home to home life post deployment. If you'd seen those things, and so
man,
nice,
man, that would have been nice to have. Now I didn't have any. Well, maybe one deployment was a little bit shaky. Had some mortars and stuff come through, hit the base or whatever. But bro, they sat us in that room off the plane.
Oh yeah.
Slapped us with about 35 slideshows.
Oh God.
Tell you, don't discipline your kid right now because they don't know you. Don't do this, don't do that, don't drink too much. Check in with your supervisor. Now get out of here.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's very true. It's hopefully that program helps some people.
Right.
That deployment was my last one.
Okay.
And, before I got hired to do the special duty while I was there. And so I was stationed at Travis at the time, and somebody on the team in the squadron got kicked off the deployment, not because they did anything bad. They had they're cops, so they had a DUI case that they had to go to court for. And the clearance wasn't ready. And I had been asking for deployments. I'm like, hey, you guys, you don't ever give anybody out. No deployments around here. And you can't promote without them. You can't do nothing without them, whatever the case may be. And so, they'd put me in the list. I got the call during COVID. I was working, had worked 24 days straight in the emergency operations center before COVID had kicked off. You get a lot of calls there. Right. This is this group of people in the support agencies on the base when an emergency is happening. We're setting up quarantine zones, and we're receiving the people from China that were American citizens by way of Alaska and various other places. And we're setting up a camp on the base to house them, working with DHS, U.S. Marshals, all these agencies to get them set up. And I get a call. I'm thinking it's about business. It is, but different business. They're like, hey, you got to go. And I said, all right. So I called my wife immediately. I told her the deal. I had to work in there another day or 2 before I started wrapping it up. And I was out of there 10 days later.
Wow.
March 1st, they shut the country down. as I was touching down in Germany. So
Wow.
it was a weird experience because, there were all the stuff that was happening during the COVID era. And so like SFO is where we flew out of. It was a ghost town. It was like it was like a zombie movie, But we got to the deployment and they're like, hey, we're shutting the mission down. What does that mean? So there was people there that were in Iraq that had got hit by the attacks at the embassy.
Yeah.
Folks that had seen contact there, and they were stuck. And then the outbound team was stuck. No travel orders were restricted.
Oh, because of COVID.
Right. Yeah. We landed before the restrictions happened. The next day, they were all in effect.
So now y'all stuck too?
Yeah. We were stuck there, and we were just locked down. And then we were sweeping stuff. We were getting trained just in case the mission opened back up. So we were ready to go. Help those people get home, all that. But then they're like, hey, we need these other things to happen. They started augmenting us out to the Ramstein teams. So what I ended up saying, they wanted me to be the, I can't remember, it was like superintendent of operations. I'm master at the time. I was like, the superintendent of what? There's nothing happening. Yeah. I was like, well, but, I can go help security forces, or I can go help, med group or something like that. So
right.
They let me put together a group of the volunteers from our team, and we augmented the med group doing something called en route patient staging.
Wow.
And that's people coming back from theater that have had casualties or injuries or illnesses that they need that treatment. So all the COVID, we had about 100 COVID patients and tons of other things. It was pretty crazy, man. We were doing resuscitative care on stretchers in the ambulance and things I never thought I'd be doing. I didn't know anything about rapid global mobility.
Bro.
So I really came home and appreciated Travis a lot more, the mission, and the people that do the mission a lot more.
Saving lives.
Man, so crazy story is during COVID, I was stationed in Germany and I was in Vilsec, and we needed special clearances to drive through Germany to go to Ramstein.
Yeah, because it was like $7,500 violation if you left the county.
It was bad. So man, shouts out to you, brother.
Yeah, that was an interesting deployment. The family was home dealing with life, and life keeps on life, and it don't matter where you're at. And so that's the nexus of your heart and soul, and you got to keep your mind right, got to keep the family right. So we did it.
So the one thing about that I wanted to bring up is in Germany, we were looking at the AFN and the news back home.
Oh yeah,
and Facebook and all that, and it looked like it was like COVID for like a couple of days, and then everybody's back outside. Meanwhile, we could not go outside. Like, we had to get like a ticket to go to the commissary.
True.
Like, it was bad. But then we're looking online, and they was hanging out.
It was spotty, it was spotty.
You was looking at the Atlanta footage.
Atlanta, bro, y'all was out. Boy, y'all was out. I think that's where we outside came from.
Yeah, it did. Outside. It did. That's exactly where it came from, because they was outside, boy.
You couldn't go to church. You couldn't do none of that.
They was not playing.
But
they was in Magic City getting them chicken wings, boy.
Bruh.
Different counties in Cali were shut down and opened up all the time. They open them, close them, open, close, close. On these fictitious, COVID infected numbers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like it was just a whole shenanigans. In any case, it was stressful for the family back home, but luckily, because everything was locked down, didn't have nowhere to go. So less drama to happen.
Yeah.
LBC said Atlanta shut down for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
So where I met you during some of our senior NCO calls and stuff like that, and even maybe either through Drew or whatever, you were working at the EPME as a commandant, running the leadership for the new maybe future selected NCOs, and some were selected to become NCOs. What is some takeaways from that job? I mean, you had you had airmen trying to be NCOs, but you also had a team of NCOs that were teaching them how to what's that dynamic to being a commandant like?
It took me some time to figure out what that was. And it was immediately after that deployment. I got hired over the phone, over Zoom for that job. I did the final interview with the command chief and the outgoing commandant from the house on restricted of movement leave or whatever, growing my fake beard and stuff.
Right.
And so I went into the situation and I had to deal with some stuff that was going on in the organization itself. Just a lot of stress, turnover, and the guys that were there had been there for a long time. So we were rebuilding the team. And, immediate needs were, I also had to teach because all these restrictions that were put on us during COVID. So I didn't really get a lot of time to breathe in that first year during the job. And I was doing more than I was helping the team in the team. And I had to course correct later on. So some of the lessons I learned there were about team leadership, and getting out of the way of your team is important. Sometimes we think that we have to have all the answers, and your job is to set the course and let them do what they do. And those guys, my team became awesome over time, and they were awesome. And sometimes you have to listen better. And so, they taught me a lot about myself. They taught me a lot about leadership. Watching my guys do what they do, battle through, some interesting, challenging restrictions that were placed upon us. Teaching, we're teaching in person, we're teaching online. Our graduation can't happen, so you got to create it some kind of way. So we rebuilt that program from being.
Did y'all really do a graduation on Zoom one time?
No, we never did a full graduation on Zoom. Not at our school.
Okay.
Other schools do.
I seen that.
I was about to say somebody did, because I seen clips now.
Some still do.
I mean,
but I fought for us to stay in person. I did fight for that every chance I could get. I did have a fight. I fought for us to return to a graduation dinner. We weren't doing the dinners for a long time, and there was people that were not for that. And luckily, they heard what I had to say and they supported us, and I appreciate that. Even though initially that's not what they wanted, because it's a lot. There's a lot goes into it. The team puts in a lot of effort into making a graduation happen, but it's really important. It's literally like the last celebration that an enlisted person gets for anything that they do.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like fully formal with the graduation and a certificate and a guest speaker and a dinner. Bring a guest for you.
Yeah.
So we put emphasis on celebrating our members and their successes and the things that they're going to go achieve and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely like one of the big lessons for me was to just get out of the way of the guys, listen to them, say, hey, this is what we need to accomplish. What are your ideas? Understanding how their voice works, how their strengths and weaknesses work together and against each other, and optimizing the way that we did business and making those proper changes, not over course correcting, and just keeping us on target, man.
Nice. So that's good. So did that line you up for your current position as you work down there in LA? So first it's a two-part. You got to explain this base in LA. It's kind of kind of foreign to me. But then maybe a little bit about the mission, and did this being a commandant, did it help you prepare you for where you're in now?
I think it did. One of the lessons that I learned there was how to lead a high performing team. Not every team that you're on, every single member is a high performer. But that was the case at Airman Leadership School at Travis Air Force Base, the Romanita Schoolhouse. That was the case. And so it's like you're dealing with all these strong personalities and high performers. Everything's going to get done. There's no question about it. Every single time, exactly on time, killing it. You don't worry about that when you have a high performance team. And that's not always the case. So, how do you then get back into a team that has everything in between? Maybe you got 1 or 2 high performers. And as you had many guests on and throughout your guys' experience, you could say high performers get burned out because they get overutilized, especially
100%.
when they're standing out a lot in the organization. And so
one of my things I've always said, the person that does the best job gets more work.
Yeah. That's why some people fall back. Some people fall back, and that you could say that's a mistake or not, but pick their spots, pick your spots. I think it did help me. It did help me a lot in a couple of ways, setting me up for my current role. Initially I got here, Nassar, and it was a BOP. I couldn't turn it down. I was at year 18.5 when they gave me an assignment, which doesn't offer you the chance to 7-day opt for retirement. Otherwise,
right.
I would have been just Jay Wells right out the gate.
Right.
But my team was doing so good, and team performance, you benefit from that, and they really propelled me. So when I got here, they also propelled me in promotion eligibility. It was my 4th time I had gone up for senior master sergeant, and only been here 4 months. They picked me for promotion. So I was in the flight chief role, leading the shift, working posts, checking IDs at gates, doing all the stuff that we do as defenders. Cool. And, then my chief was out. He was out on a deployment, and he was out with a pending assignment out because they downgraded the position to an E8 billet.
Oh.
And they didn't have a plan to replace him. And so they were already going to PCS me.
Oh.
And so I couldn't turn it down because I would also have to turn down the stripe. And we had a lot going on at the time in the family. And so it was like, I can't move my family again like this. And so I called the MAGCOM and I talked to them about, can't get me here. What's the path? And it ended up working out. And thankfully, my time at ALS, my time at Travis really helped me fit in here with the organization. So the chief PCS, and I filled in this billet. I'm doing the SEL role, and it's kind of a lot like the ALS commandant gig.
Yeah.
My commander's engaged, so I'm working with the commander and our deputy in there. But LA is a weird place, man. Like offline, I'll say people don't even know it exists. They're like, there's a LA Air Force base. You're talking about Louisiana? I've had that a few times. People think it's
hidden. When he said that, I asked Jackson, the first thing I said was, I don't remember no base being in LA. I remember March.
Yeah, and March is down the road. Yeah, and so we work with them. But like a basic tour, if you come to the main base up in El Segundo, as you come through the gate on your right, you got a commissary. Across the parking lot, you got a BX. To your left, 1, 2, 3 buildings. Tour is done. That's LA Air Force Base. It's a challenging environment though, because it's mostly civilians that work here, and they're part of the Space Force, so it's Space Systems Command headquarters, and anything coming to from going to space, maybe it's going to space or not, it's all acquired here, and so those contracts work out. And there's a big mission. It's a big important mission. Obviously, they're always talking in the news about Golden Dome and things like that. So there's a lot going on in space. There's a lot going on in space, and it's a busy place, but it's a small place.
Yeah,
it's busy in an interesting way. Housing is like 20 miles away.
Yeah,
and that in LA turns into 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
no doubt. I mean, it takes me. I stopped using the freeway because you might end up on a high-speed chase video. This is my favorite form of entertainment down here. You guys got to check out that.
Okay, heck yeah.
Edible. They all the time. That they never get like talked about, but they're all the time, bro.
It's a thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The one thing. So when I PCS to Travis, our car shipped into LA. So I took a one-way trip down to LA early I want to say Friday morning, and I grabbed my car and I was just gonna drive back. And so I'm driving back, get my car, jump into traffic. Then it's like I'm talking bumper to bumper
Yep.
He must have been
for like, I want to say like 2.5 hours. We're
Yeah.
moving inches at a time, right? And
One
then all of a sudden, it opens up to this oasis.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't see any cars turned over. I don't see any fire. I don't see any shootouts. What the heck was we stopped for?
Yeah, man.
The off ramp.
All the time.
Oh, okay. Because I
People-
was like,
people switching
I couldn't
lanes.
get
Like
it.
they're listening to Puff Daddy switching 4 lanes. You know, or what's his name? What was his name?
JD.
Yeah, JD.
Yeah.
JD, yeah, and Jay-Z.
Yeah, that song. They were
Mhm.
freaking do that out here for real though. You're like, all right, they're in the fast lane, and then all of a sudden they're in the exit lane, and you almost die sneezing. You know,
Man.
like that. Yeah, that's
So,
one of the reasons we're trying to get up out of here. You know, I'm
Yeah.
from the Bay Area. It's kind of like that too, but in a different way.
yeah.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
Bay Area. It's a little calmer. It's
Yeah.
it's so chill.
Yeah, it is.
The Bay
If you're
Area.
in the right spot, it's
It's
definitely
beautiful. The weather, like up there, was like
got the
man.
Golden Gate right there.
Oh, yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So we talked about your leadership experience as a commandant, then your new position, but we need to take it back a step because you were in security forces for the first bit of that.
Yeah.
We gotta give us a favorite call, maybe a crazy case, a
Yeah, for
confinement or something. Just
I will,
just a quick little 5-minute.
No, I got you. It's actually it'll touch on two assignments.
Okay.
First base being Kunsan, Korea, the Wolfpack. You know,
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I loved my assignment there. I was, I did a flight shift work. Defending the base. I spent some time doing the town patrol, and then I came back to a new flight, almost at the time when I was about ready to become a senior airman. I'm going out to post with the new guy I'd never met, and he's already a senior airman. He's been around. Let's just call him Craig because that's his name. And I won't throw his last name out there, but in any case, so I'm with Craig. He's the lead on this patrol. We're in a security patrol, and he's pulling up. We did our checks. We just started shift. We did our checks. And I don't know if he had been drinking the night before or whatnot. But he pulls up to a spot and he's like, all right, watch me. I'm about to take a nap. I said, hold on a second here. I said, you want me to so you can fall asleep and I can do the work, essentially? It's like, I don't know, man. Maybe some people are cool with that. I'm not cool with that. And he's like, oh, man, it's fucked up. You're supposed to have my back. I was like, I got your back. That's why I'm not to do it, man. In any case, we didn't get along for much more after that. That was
Tell him he wasn't being top flight security of the world, Craig.
No, man. I got him. It came full circle. So, it's not like I was squeaky clean, perfect airman coming up or anything like that. But that's like rule number 1, man. Stay away from. Come on.
Yeah,
you learned that as dorm guard.
Yeah. One white common access card.
Realize how important falling asleep can be.
He did not learn that lesson. He did not learn that lesson. So fast forward a few years, I'd gone. I did a 1-year tour in Okinawa, which was great time on the island. My son was born, so I went home for that. All that stuff.
What year was Okinawa?
So 07. So 07, I get to Okinawa. Had just married my wife. Our assignments got jacked up because I didn't update my dream sheet. So youngsters, update your dream sheet. In any case,
update the dream sheet, y'all. It's easy.
It was remote tour.
2 buttons.
You won't have to go through this if you just listen to me. This is mentorship. I'm passing on my experience, so you don't got to go through it. Just update the dang dream sheet with bases you want that aren't from 3 years ago. Okay. And then, so then I got my 18th choice, which was Wright Pat Air Force Base in Ohio, Dayton. It's a beautiful place. I loved being.
Hey, don't you hate? You heard what he said. Beautiful place.
Yeah, that's right, Jack.
He's an Ohio hater.
Well,
I know.
I just don't like the Buckeyes.
Well,
other
yeah,
than that.
because that's the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio Buckeyes. You can't be any other way if you're from out there, right?
There you go.
Like Cal and Stanford, man, we just don't. You just don't.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's not as
Exactly.
big of a deal out to everybody else, but to us, it matters. So I get it. But yeah, it was a trip. We got out there. I deployed from there to Iraq, and that was like probably my favorite memories is my deployment to Iraq. My team was our nickname was the Coyote. So later I'll plug my Coyote leadership thing, but that's the stem of where that came from. Was there in 09. Went to Joint Base Balad. We did outside the wire mission, defending the base, 10Ks out, and that was one hell of an experience. In any case, I come back, didn't get any transition like you were talking about, not even a briefing, nothing, man. Just like, all right, cool, go on leave. And it was really hard to transition back from that. But I made it. I made it through.
Yeah.
Luckily. And then, as you do, you get your wife pregnant, and that's what happened. Our youngest one was born there at Wright Pat. He was the first kid born in the new clinic there.
Nice.
Okay.
And I tested out a cycle. I made staff sergeant, and then I applied. I said, hey, look, I'm having a hard time transitioning. I just need a break from the flight stuff. Any job that comes up, you let me know. I got a phone call from Tech Sergeant Grant, bless his heart. He's like, hey, man, you want to be confinement? And I was like, send it. So, that was my first NCO duties. Was working as the confinement NCO. After all my training's done, I'm settled in. This is more than 5 minutes, but I'm connecting the dots back to Craig.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I get the phone call from the Middle East. I can't remember where they had the holding area out there. And they're like, hey, we're transporting an inmate to you. We're going to be there in like 2 or 3 days. Can you receive or whatever? I was like, yeah, send me the sheet or whatever. What are the charges? And lo and behold, this person turned down an Article 15, which is a commander's punishment, right? Non-judicial punishment. So it's not like it goes on your criminal record or anything like that, which he was accused of sleeping on post.
You bet not say
combat zone. So I said, oh, interesting. I bet that didn't work out. So he turned it down. He was offered the Article 15. He turned it down to fight it in courts martials and lost. Was reduced in rank from staff sergeant to A1C. Forfeiture of all pay for 6 months, effectively ending his career, right? So the day comes where they're going to arrive, and who centers himself on the threshold of my door? None other than Craig.
No.
Wow. That is hilarious.
We come full circle, I said,
I know
forward.
he was eating crow.
I said, step forward, inmate, and I ripped the staff sergeant stripes off his sleeves and put them in my little bucket. And probably, it was rough because, you got to overcome like your personal stuff, right? When you're the
for sure.
Your job is to make sure you take care of the inmates. So I had my moment. I put him in his place. I told him his reporting statements and such, and he went on the 72-hour suicide watch and started his time.
He was that tough. He was that bad, huh?
All of them do. And that's just standard.
They all the way up. Damn.
Yeah, when you get a new intake, you got to put them because you don't know where they're at,
Right. Yeah.
You got to bring the chaplain. You got to bring the first sergeant in. You got to take care of them. If those people aren't there, you got to be that for them. And you also have to be like the, rule enforcement confinement. So, but yeah, that was that's the one crazy one. I figured you guys might get a kick out of that one. People, what's the lesson though, is that everything comes back. What you put out in the universe will come back to you. So make sure you stay intact with your character and who you are and represent your name, your family, your country the right way. This thing is serious business.
Bro. So my second week in the CR, I hear rumblings around the cubicles about just take the new guy. And I'm like, I think I'm the new guy. So eventually I get this call from Drew and I'm like, what's up? He was like, look, I know you just got here, but I need you to go with Sergeant such and such.
Yeah.
Can't really tell you what's going on. You just gotta trust me. I'm like, this is the part where you're trusting just the stripes on somebody's shirt. because you don't know them personally.
No doubt.
But there I was in a vehicle headed down to Vandenberg
That's
to
right.
retrieve a inmate to bring them back to base. So I know all the while that confinement and how they've treated, because that little pocket of Vandenberg has a confinement center where one of our airmen had to be retrieved out of the slammer. I was like, why send a new guy? And they wanted to send a new guy because this individual was so prolific around the squadron.
Yeah.
He made some mistakes, but he was well received around the place, and they couldn't grab anybody that wouldn't be a conflict of interest other than his supervisor and a freaking new guy.
Yep. It's like that sometimes, man. Like
it is.
Pull up on a call and somebody's, it's like especially if the dispatch is like, hey, it's assault, it's DUI, it's some kind of law enforcement serious stuff. And then you hear the address, you're like, oh. And you're about to pull up on the home or something, and you're like, I gotta do the job. It is what it is.
The
town patrol, man. That was like, it was like that. But the guys, you just gotta do it. It's part of the duties, man. You just gotta do it. But
man,
I did a couple of transports from Travis to Vandenberg as well when I was stationed up there. Yeah, it's a long drive.
It's a long drive. That's a long drive.
Yeah, and you're just
and then halfway through, I was like, look, man, we're obviously driving really far.
Yep.
Where are we going and what's going on? And he was like, all right, let me break it to you. I said, okay, cool. You told me the story. Is he dangerous? Because, do I need to start hitting some push-ups? Do I need to put him up? Right. We going to be fighting this dude all the way home?
Remember,
he was like, nah, he was
a little protein shake.
Stuff.
It's a gladiator mode. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, he was just saying for some drug stuff, so you're good. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Just don't. But man, look, I don't want to hold you too much longer, but I do want to give you this time to tell us where we can find you, what you got going on. I know you said you had a new show coming, and I want you to plug in. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so Jay Wells here, setting out to depart my service from the Air Force after 22 plus years. And what I want to say is that if you're thinking about joining, trust your gut. Make the right choice for you. Make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into, because service means that you will end up making sacrifices, but don't forget that you chose that. It's just a willingness there that is respected and it's honored. And that's when people say, thank you for your service. That's what they mean. They don't say it. They say it kind of subtly by saying, thank you for your service. They mean more than just that. They mean that they know that you sacrifice a lot to do what you do, that you are willing to do things that other people in other professions do not. And, I respect that. And I want to work with youngsters coming up in the future and work with any folks that are working on their own personal and professional development. And you can do that with me at coyoteleadership.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, all those things. And I have a podcast that's brand new. We're starting out, Coyote Leadership Podcast. And I'm talking to anybody with a story. It doesn't have to be a military story. It can be a civilian story as well. And you have a book, you have a message, you have a speech that you like to give. You've been through some things. You want to share that with the world. I think stories are important. I value them. I like to share my own. So that way, hopefully, you can get something out of it. And I know I do when I have these kind of conversations with guys like Jackson PG, put me on for a minute. So I appreciate you guys. I want to wish everybody well in the 2026. And guess what I always say, man? Protect your heart, protect your mind. The stuff you take in, you got a lot of control over that. So be your own gatekeeper. Don't let just whatever comes across your timeline influence you too much. If you know you got to step away, close that door, take a step back, talk to your trusted advisors in your life. If you pray, all those type of things, man. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
sir.
you.
We appreciate it. PG, you got any closing comments for the folks?
No, man, just everything that was said here. I hope you got something from it. If you're one of those 3 people, you know what I mean, that this podcast is for. Man, we gotta have you come back, Jay. We gotta have you come back.
Yeah.
And we also, we're going to be looking. We will be tuned in. You know what I'm saying, to the podcast. We're gonna be tuned in. We'll be right there. Yeah, we'll be in the comments too with you, man. Showing love and support. And man, finally, man, you already know, man. Y'all know the links, man. BlackMoneyMediaLive.com, WEnergy.gg, you know, and then Elbow Grease will be coming soon, man. We'll be having that. Well, it's already here. Y'all can reach me directly if y'all need any of that. Right now we have, like I said, everything, man. Lotion, beard balm, lip balm. Just hit me up and I'll send you some things, man. Hit me on any social medias, man, and just y'all stay cool, man, and just everything we get, we giving y'all like a toolkit. Like I can't believe, like, bro, like if I would have had this kind of knowledge before I
prepare these to go on our Spotify and all that, and the readbacks, and I just be like, dang, they dropped the gym. It's so much sometimes. I'll be trying to clip it the right way and all that. But and it's
overwhelming sometimes. Like some of these,
very good.
Like these are some real good conversations, man, and jewels and gems, man. And we thank y'all for riding with us, man, for real, man. And we got a lot of people, man. Real Game No Gimmick podcast, man, is out there watching. They watching us too, man. Shout out to them, man. Check us out. We've been doing stuff. We've been, we've been keeping up with the latest, man. You know what I mean? We've been keeping up with the latest functions and functionalities and just having fun with it. So just that's a lighthearted, kind of lighthearted show, man. We just over there chilling, having fun, man. Y'all come and kick it with us sometime, man.
Yes, sir. And as I round this show out, man, I want to thank our guests for pulling up. Thank you, Jay. If you have a retirement, please hit me up. I would love to come. Be a part of that. Be in attendance. I haven't flew out to Cali since I left, and
man,
what better way than to come in the busiest part of Cali to LA? Right. But that's a great excuse to have.
You just you could walk from the airport to there. It's that close. Don't walk.
Nice.
I'll pick you up.
Don't walk.
Yeah.
So thank you for pulling up. I mean, we definitely gonna have you back.
Anytime.
Thank Black Money Media for presenting this show. Thank our sponsor WEnergy, and please go get the merch from Black Money Media and Elbow Grease. Hit it up, and just remember, this podcast is for you. You do not have to click off. You will find something entertaining. You'll find something that you can hold on to, and it's meat for your bones.
Tendonism.
I'm telling you, it's tendonism.
It's some tendonism for your toolkit.
Yes, sir.
Gristle.
So, so with that, we love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.